So welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to look at the MBTI test. So let's see what it is. So this is a quote given by Confucius, which says, find a job you enjoy doing and you will never have to work a day in your work life. So it's a very insightful and very important kind of a quote. Let's see how we could implement this in our daily life and enjoy our job. So we're not going to be talking about a philosophical way. We are going to see a practical way of finding a job that we love. Why? Because the job that we do, okay, so if this is going to be the years of our life and how we are going to spend it, we sleep for 38% of our lifetime and 10% of time we try to sleep. And apart from that, the major time that is being spent is on the work. 20% of our lifetime is going to be spent on work. So that's like 1/5 of our entire life is going to be work. And this particular time we have to be happy. So that becomes very, very crucial here. And if you take our waking time, the time which we are awake, in that time if you take, I think this is going to be around more than like 40% of our time. The 40% of our waking time we are going to spend on our work, right? So we have to do a very joyful, enjoying kind of a work we have to do. So let's see how we could select a job where we will be happy. So for selecting it, this kind of a test is like very useful. It's called as MBTI or Myers-Briggs Type Indicator test. So this test was created by Myers and Briggs. Both of them are have created this test, and they have been like influenced by a person called as Jung. Okay, so he's like very famous psychologist in 1920s period. So from him they derived this test, and they have refined this test over a period of 80 years. So this is a very reliable kind of a test here. So there are 4 dimensions in this personality test. Let's look at that. The first one is how we interact with the world and where we direct our energy. So from where we get our energy. So there are like 2 types of people. Some people are extrovert and some people are introvert. That means there are some people who enjoy their time when they are around others, and there are people who enjoy themselves when they are alone. So that's about extrovert and introvert. The second type of dimension is the kind of information we naturally notice. So how we notice information which is like surrounding us. Some people just sense it, okay, they think and they get this information. Some people intuitively they get it, okay. So sensing is we whether we are consciously looking at something and getting this information, or intuitively, naturally we get that information. So that's about how we get our information from the world. The third dimension is how we make our decisions. So some people think and take decisions, and some people just feel and then take a decision. And the last dimension is whether we prefer to live in a more structured way. Okay, so how do we live our life? Do we live our life by judging or perceiving? Okay, so these are the 4 dimensions of a person. So we can divide a person's personality in these 4 dimensions. So from each of this dimension we will have to take a particular item. So it can be like E, S, T, J. Okay, so you become an ESTJ person. It can also be like this, INFP. So you can also be an INFP person, or it can be in any combination, ISFJ also. It can be in any combination, but definitely you will have to choose one from here. Okay, so it's not that you are going to choose it. There are some tests which are available online for free, which will indicate like what type of personality you really are. So these are the various combinations. There are 16 combinations which are available, and you will fall under maximum 1 combination, right? So minimum you will fall under 1 combination, and sometimes you can fall under 2 combinations. Okay, so you might fall under ISTJ alone, or sometimes you can also fall under ISTJ as well as ISTP. So you can fall under 2 also. Okay, so mostly what they are indicating is that you will fall under just one category. So This is about the ISTJ and categories, and this is about the extrovert kind of categories, right? So ESTP to ENTJ. So these are the categories here. Once you have taken the test, then you can look at these categories to find out who you really are. For example, if you fall under ENTJ category, you are a person who is strategic, logical, efficient, outgoing, ambitious, independent, effective organizers of people, and long range planners. So this is about ENTJ. They have conducted this test in US, and the people in US fall under the categories in these percentages. So the very rare category here would be like INFJ or INTJ, INTP, like that. There are some very common categories, something like ISTJ, ISFJ, like that. So it doesn't matter whether you are a common, you fall under a common kind of a category or a rare category. That doesn't matter. What matters is whether what kind of a personality you are. Okay, you have to find out what kind of a personality you are. So that is the purpose of the test here. So let's see the best jobs for each personality. So if you are going to fall under ENFP kind of a category, these are the jobs which are suitable here, right? And if you are going to fall under ENFJ, these are the jobs which you should be ideally selecting. So you're going to spend a lot of time in your life in your work, right? 20% of your entire life or 40% of your waking up life, okay? So awake life. So you have to choose a best kind of a job. If you are a school student or if you are a college student, it's great if you are going to choose a course based upon your personality, because over a long period of time, even if if you have chosen some other kind of a job or career rather than your personality. For example, if you are going to be an ENFJ kind of a personality, you should be a recruiter, teacher, consultant, reporter, restaurant manager, translator, and writer. You will, by nature, you will like this work, right? You will by nature like these works. You will admire these works. You will admire these kind of people. But if you are going to choose any other work, for example, if you are doing these kinds of work, CEO, judge, or a business consultant, like that, see, your nature is like this, and if you're doing a work which is not going to be this, okay, it can be any of this, then what would happen is you will feel incompatibility. You will feel some kind of a disturbance in your everyday life. Okay, you will not be satisfied, you will not be motivated. See, only when you do the job which is like very close to your personality, if you are an ENFJ kind of a person, and uh, only when you do this kind of work, you will be much more happy, satisfied, motivated, and you will actually be absolutely great in this kind of jobs. Okay, you will easily become a extraordinary person in this kind of a job. So if you are going to be ENFJ and if you are a teacher, you will not be a normal teacher, you will be a really good teacher where your students will love you, right? So you have to choose the job which this test indicates. Okay, so that's like very important here. So your mind will always revolve around your personality, and the personality determines the career you have to choose by nature. So in India, we never do this kind of analysis, and we don't spend money for these kinds of tests. That is a huge problem, because these tests, even though some of them are free and some of them are paid, you have to take this test so that you can find out your exact kind of personality. So spend time in finding out your personality and then choose your career. You will be happy in your life. So you can take up an online test. We'll show you the websites where you can take these tests. So this is a free website. So you can take the test here, and it will ask you several questions. Around some 100 questions will be there, and at the end of it you will be like given like what type of personality you are. So this is a free test here, and if you want an accurate test, you have to take it at this website. Okay, it's called as MBTI online. It's the official kind of website here. So the test would cost you around some 5,000 or something. So I'm not like exactly sure what would be the rate for it. So if you want an exact like kind of a personality test, then you have to take it here. But I think even appropriate ones are fine. So I think it comes to around 3800 or something. Okay, it's 45.95 they have indicated. Here they give you a detailed report like what type of person you are, what type of careers are suitable, like that. And in the free test, it just tells you like what type of personality you are. So whether you are an ENTJ kind of a person, that alone it indicates. But even that is fine, because once you know your personality, you can even download this book or buy this book. It's called as Do What You Are, right? So it tells about it's a kind of a career counseling book which is based upon this test. So either you buy it or you download it, that's up to you. Detail tells you like what are the most appropriate kind of career that are like for you. Okay, so not only career it also tells like what are your likings, what would be your dislikings, what would be your strength, your weakness, and where you should improve. It tells extraordinarily a lot of things. Okay, but this book will contain all the personality details. So there are 16 personality details, all of it will indicate. It will also indicate like why this test is important, right? So once you buy this book, it's not only for you, you can also share this book with all your friends, because all of them can take the test and they can get the answer. I'm not sure whether this book has the test. Okay, so you can check that for yourself. If you don't have the test here, you can do it online for free or paid. So that would be our suggestion. So you guys can reach me at my website. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I am very active on LinkedIn. And you can also reach me at Twitter. So if you guys really like the video, put a like for us and share it with your friends who might find it useful. So if you guys have any queries or questions, post it in the comment section. We'll be like happy to answer them. If you guys have any other ideas for further videos, you can put it in the comment section. We'll be like creating a new video on that topic also. So thank you guys. We'll meet in the next video.